Hey everybody, it's day 4 of the 30-day video challenge. Today is my day off and it is just amazing out right now. I wanted to stop and show you what I'm seeing. I took a nice country drive today and so I pulled over here. But anyhow, I wanted to take today a little bit of time to talk to you about why I got started in the work that I do as a holistic health coach, an herbalist, an aromatherapist, and a bodyworker. When I first started to try to answer this question, it's something people ask me quite a bit. And at first I had a really hard time knowing how to answer that because I think it's something I knew from a pretty young age. I just didn't realize it was accessible to me because it's only in the past maybe 10 or so years that herbal medicine is really getting to be more respected as a real means of health. A lot of modern medicine, most modern medicine, the stuff that's not purely synthetic, comes from plants, and plants can be incredibly healing on so many levels. And that's something I had a passion for, but again, it just didn't seem like a reality. So I think it's kind of in my nature as a kid to sort of want to help people in terms of just trying to help them to feel better. When my mom would come home late from work, she was a single mom, she worked really hard. Sometimes she'd come home at 9 or 10 at night, and I would try to make her some baths to try to help her feel better, and I would put in maybe like Calgon bath salts, whatever it is that we had available in the 1980s and 90s, and some candles and incense. And that was one of the first things that I really started to learn in terms of taking time to kind of look inward, calming down, to take space away from a super hectic life in general. Oop, there's a motorcycle, hang on. Anyway, so oh, not the car. All right. Anyhow, so it was kind of my nature. Something else I also did as a kid was I would mix up like flour and plants on the patio. I was always in the patio, and I would try to feed it to the mice that lived in the apartment area. And I think I would actually find dead mice sometimes because I don't think all my cushions worked very well, which is very, very sad to me. But anyway, so I just kind of always loved concocting things and making stuff in that sort of way. At least I do in my perfect memory of finding reasons why I do this work. But anyhow, when I was younger, my mom always went to a chiropractor in the 1980s, and I just remember being absolutely in awe of this chiropractic office that she went to in New York. There was a woman named Franca Papirni, and she had essential oils everywhere and this like gorgeous leather table that was for her body work or for her chiropractic work. And I just thought it was the most magical thing in the whole world. And I realized that it just felt right to me. Now, as I grew up, I never thought it was accessible because I wasn't the smart kid necessarily in school. I wasn't somebody who excelled academically because I didn't really care, to be honest. I wasn't studying things that I loved. Although I did eventually go into music, which I did love, I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. So I dropped out of college, one of the best things I ever did. And I worked for a long time. I did different programs like interior design. I wanted to integrate interior design and Jungian psychology. I had all these different ideas of trying to help people with their lives that didn't involve biology because I never thought I was smart enough. But I started reading and I started to realize that my brain actually does work that way. A lot of herbalism is using your senses and also your intellect. But anyhow, I realized it was possible, and I found a clinical apprenticeship in Kentucky, my home state, which I may have already said in the past, and I got to start to begin working with clients and seeing people and really learning in a very hands-on kind of way what it would be like to be an herbalist. That was in 2005, December of 2005, that I started that. And that went on for 2 years. It was 42 hours a week. I ended up tapering off in the past year because I wanted to start doing work in woodlands restoration so I could get outside with the plants and get to know them a little bit better. So I did that, and at that point I fell in love with a school online, and that is the school I'm going to right now. So this is a really special time in my life. Kind of makes me almost want to cry, but it's something I worked for really hard to get to this place. So anyway, I didn't realize that was emotional. So I ended up going to school to become a massage therapist because it seemed like a really great way to integrate what I wanted to study. I love aromatherapy, and I studied to become an aromatherapist, and have been integrating that into my massage classes. I took many classes for herbalism online and attended different botanical field trips and stuff like that over the years from 2005 until now. And so I opened my business not knowing a thing about it, not really ready to open a business because I probably would have put it off for lack of confidence for like 10 years, but I was forced to open a business, and my business thrived. Completely not expecting it to, but I was myself and I was honest, and people saw results, and that worked out for me. So I really encourage you, if your heart is in something, just do it, because people will see that and they'll come to you. So anyway, I have this opportunity to come to this school, so I decided to take a sabbatical from my practice for this past year. I've been really happy to visit home for 2 weeks at a time where I can go work again, but for the most part I'm taking this time off just to study. And here I am. So now I'm going to go back home in a year and really integrate this apprenticeship that I'm doing now, which is really involving how to identify plants and make the medicine, which is something I felt like I was lacking in. It was something I would do. I like to hand make different beauty products and things like that, but in terms of making the medicine to a degree where I know it's done exactly the way that it's supposed to be without having to look at a book. That's what my goal is to be able to just go out into the woods, make the medicine, bring it back to people, and show them how to do it so that they can sort of be their own healers in a way. Because I think that the number one thing that needs to happen for people when it comes to health is taking control of their health, realizing that they can do it, realizing that they deserve to be healthy, and realizing that all it takes is commitment and little steps and no guilt. You cannot have guilt when it comes to being healthier, because you have to realize that you're loving yourself, you're doing something beautiful for yourself, and you, by doing that, are taking steps to health. And I believe in karma. So the more effort you put in, I really believe the more you'll get out of it. And that doesn't mean I'm going to, if somebody comes into my office, I'm going to say, you have to go to the gym every day. You have to cut this out of your diet. You have to do this. I will gently maybe suggest things like that. No, sorry. And another one. Oh my gosh, there's a whole crew. I better stop soon. Okay, anyway, so blah, blah, blah. That's the end of my video. I hope you enjoy this beautiful view. In case you don't have a sunny day, you can kind of have a little mini sunny day listening to me ramble on about what got me involved in holistic health. Have a great afternoon. Oh, I feel like I should do that again. It's really obnoxious. Have a good day.